Good morning, students. I am your English teacher, Anubha Chatterjee. Today we will start with a lesson that is from your book Flamingo. The name of the lesson is Deep Water. The writer is William Douglas. So now let us read something about the writer. William Douglas was born in 1898 and he died in 1980. He was born in Maine, Minnesota. After graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in English and Economics, he spent 2 years teaching high school in Yakima. However, he got tired and he decided to pursue a legal career. He met Franklin D. Roosevelt at Yale and became an advisor and friend to the president. Douglas was a leading advocate of individual rights. He retired in 1975 with a term lasting 36 years and remained the longest serving justice in the history of the court. The following excerpt is taken from Of Men and Mountain by William O. Douglas. It reveals how a young boy, William Douglas, nearly drowned in a swimming pool. In this essay, he talks about his fear of water and thereafter how he finally overcame it. The autobiographical part of the selection supports his discussion of fear, a first person narration of personal experience and account of the steps taken to overcome it make the essay quite interesting. So, in this lesson or in this chapter, we will see how William Douglas, when he was a young boy, he was afraid of water and he never wanted to swim or go down in the water. But the lesson we learn from this is that we should always overcome whatever fear we have. Because if we continue fearing, we will never succeed in life. And this story tells us how William Douglas overcame his fear of drowning in the water and how he learned to swim. So I will just give you the summary of this lesson and later on you can read the lesson yourself. Let us start with the summary. It had happened when I was 10 or 11 years old. That is, when the writer was only 10 or 11 years old, this incident took place in his life. There was a pool in YMCA in Yakima that offered exactly the opportunity. The Yakima River was treacherous. Mother continually warned against it and kept fresh in his mind the details of each drowning in the river. But the YMCA pool was safe. It was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end, and while it was 9 feet deep at the other, the drop was gradual. So, what happened? The story begins when William Douglas was only about 10 to 11 years old and some misadventure took place in his life. As a child, it happened when he was 10 or 11-year-old, he had decided to learn to swim. So Douglas did not know how to swim, so he thought, let me start learning to swim. There was a pool at the YMCA in Yakima which was quite safe because it was not too deep. It was only 2 or 3 feet deep at the shallow end and 9 feet deep at the other. The drop was gradual. He got a pair of water wings and went to the pool. So he brought all the equipments, whatever was needed to learn swimming, and he went to the pool. He hated to walk naked into water and show his very thin legs. So this boy was shy because he had very thin legs and he did not want to show his thin legs. The author had developed an inversion to the water when he was 3 or 4. That is, the author had disliked to go into the water because some incident took place when he was 3 or 4 years old. His father had taken him to the beach in California, which is situated in USA. They stood together on the surf. The waves knocked him down and swept over him. He was buried under water. So what happened? Once this little boy's father took him to the beach to swim. But what happened? There was a big wave which knocked him down and he was buried into the water. His breath was gone. He was frightened because he was under the water and he was very much frightened because he could not breathe properly. His father laughed, but the overpowering force of the waves filled terror in the young author's heart. So, the father was laughing to see his son getting afraid of the water. But the waves overpowered him, and this terror was filled in the heart of the writer until a very, very long time, because he was almost drowned. Unpleasant memories were received when he went to the YMCA pool for the first time. So, whenever he saw water or he saw the swimming pool, his memories flashed back and he thought about the incident that took place when he was 3 to 4 years old. So, unpleasant memories were revived when he went to the YMCA pool for the first time. Childish fear was stirred. So, he was afraid of the fear that took place early in his life. But soon he gathered confidence. He watched other boys paddling on the water with their water wings. So soon he came out of the fear when he saw many other boys paddling into the water. He tried to learn by imitating them. He wanted to learn how to swim, so he imitated the other boys who were swimming nearby. He did this 2 or 3 times on different days. He was just beginning to feel comfortable in the water when the misadventure happened. Now again, this boy was about to learn swimming, but there was another misadventure that happened in his life. Now let us see what happened. When he went to the pool, there was no one else. He was all alone in the swimming pool. So he sat on the side of the pool to wait for others. He said he thought that I am all alone, so I should not jump into the pool, and so he waited for other people. Shortly afterwards, a big boy, a boxer, came. He was probably 18 years old and had beautiful muscles on his legs and arms. He called the author Skinny and asked how he would like to be plunged in water. So, as he was waiting for some people to come around, there came a big boy whose age was around 18 years old. He was a boxer with muscles and beautiful legs and arms. He called the author Skinny because this author was quite thin. And he said, how will it be if I throw you in the water? The boxer boy picked Douglas and threw him into the deep end. So, as you already know that the swimming pool had two ends, one was quite deep and other was shallow. So this boxer took him and threw him into the deep end. He struck water in a sitting position and he swallowed water and at once went to the bottom. So, as the writer was thrown in the water, in the sitting position, he swallowed lots of water and he went inside the bottom of the swimming pool. He was frightened but did not lose his wits. Though he was frightened, he did not lose his mental ability. He made a plan. He would make a big jump when his feet hit the bottom. So he already thought how to come out of the water, and he would, as soon as he would hit the bottom of the swimming pool, he would throw himself back. He would come to the surface like a cork, lie flat on it, and then paddle to the edge of the pool. So this was his plan while he was going inside the water. Those 9 feet appeared more than 90. So for him, a boy who was afraid of water and who could not swim, this 9 feet was like 90 feet for him. Before he touched bottom, his lungs were already to burst because it was filled with water. When his feet hit the bottom, he made a great jump upward, but he failed to reach the surface at once. So when he reached the bottom, he tried to come up, but he could not come up to the surface. He came up slowly. His eyes and nose came out of water, but not his mouth. He moved around his legs on the surface of water. He swallowed water and choked, and meanwhile he was trying to come up, he had already swallowed lots of water which choked him. He tried to bring his legs up, but they hung as dead weight. He again went down to the bottom of the pool. He was shrieking under the water because terror had seized him. Now he was quite afraid because he could not come up. He was paralyzed underwater, but his heart and the pounding in head told him that he was still alive. Though he was going deep into the water, he was almost paralyzed, but in his mind he was thinking that he is still alive. When he hit the bottom, he jumped with his full might. Now he was trying to get up, and he came with a force on the top. The jump made no difference, but still he could not manage to come up to the surface. The water was still around him. His arms and legs wouldn't move. He trembled with fear, but though he was trying hard to come up to the surface, he could not do it because the force was not quite enough. He was trembling with fear. He tried to recall for help, to call mother, but nothing happened. He tried to call for help and he even called his mother, but no one came to help him. Then he rose up. His eyes and nose were almost out of water. He sucked for air and got water. He started going down a third time. So, several times he tried to come up to the surface, but he could not because every time he tried, he went down again. Then all efforts ended and he relaxed. A blackness swept over his brain and wiped out terror. There was no more panic. He felt drowsy and wanted to sleep. He gave up all attempts. Now he was quite relaxed that, oh, let us see what happens. So his brain was wiped out with terror. There was no terror, no panic, and he thought, now let us see what happens. He felt drowsy and went to sleep. He gave up all attempts. Now he was not at all trying to come up to the surface. He said, let me stay where I am. He forgot everything. When he came to his sense, he found himself lying on his stomach beside the pool, vomiting. So, by that time, there were people around who took him out of the pool, and when he came back to his senses, he saw that he was lying on his stomach and vomiting out all the water he had swallowed. The boy who had thrown him in, said, I was only fooling. So, by this time, the boy, the boxer who had thrown the narrator in this pool, he said, I was only fooling. Someone said that the kid had nearly died. Then they took him to the locker room. He walked home after several hours. He was weak and trembling. He shook and cried when he lay on his bed. He couldn't eat that night. For days, a haunting fear was in his heart. So, somehow he reached his home. He went to his bed, but he was always thinking of the terrible incident that took place. And for several days, he could not eat or sleep properly because he was always thinking about the terrible incident. He never went back to the pool. Now he never came back to this pool because he was quite afraid. He feared water and avoided it whenever he could. So this boy had a fearful experience drowning himself in the water, and he never came back to the water, and he always avoided the water. So this was the first part, how he was afraid of the water. Now in the next video we will see how this writer overcomes his fear of water and how he successfully leads his life. Thank you.